The memories of what happened to me swarm like flies in my head. I keep seeing his face. The beard. At first I thought the beard was fake, until I tugged on it. Then, he slapped me in the face. It was real. The blood in my mouth made me learn my lesson. I didn't know where my parents were. Later, I found out they weren't anywhere. Not anymore. I just keep seeing his face. The sunken eyes and the yellow teeth. The grayed facial hair that smelled like stale beer and vomit. Days stretched into weeks. I ate leftovers. I tried not to eat, but eventually, I had to give in. He'd beat me if I didn't. He kept saying it. Merry Christmas. When he whipped me, when he hit me, he acted as if he was giving me a gift, but I know it was only for his sick pleasure. He enjoyed it. Always a smile on his face. Christmas cheer, he'd call it. Christmas fucking cheer. I don't know how long I was down there. It was dark. I learned after that it was an illegally constructed basement in an industrial unit. I was half an hour away from my own home, but I may as well have been on a different planet. I have scars. They run down my legs, across my back, my arms, my thighs. I wish I just had physical scars. They ache sometimes, and I see his face. He's laughing. He has a metal chain in his hand. I could smell that disgusting smell. Feel the wet patch beneath my feet where I'd urinated earlier. I left part of myself in the basement. The part of me that couldn't cope. Part of me said goodbye, and I've never seen it again. I got glimpses in high school. I made some friends for the first time since. Then, my adopted dad lost his job, and I said goodbye again. I deserve it. I deserve everything. I know I do. I know that there's no excuse. There's nothing in this world that scares me now, and I am accepting death incarnate to come to my domain and slay me where I sit or stand. I have been a terrible director for my own destiny, with a journey that was flawed from the start. I could have been something. Instead, I am this. I am words on a page. I am my memories, my trauma, my lived experience. I am this room, and this room is me. I am the ink and this pen. I am the blanket I ball my dry tears into. I am the floor that threatens to consume me. The light blinks, and I fear I've disappeared for a moment. I hear scratching in the walls at night that terrifies me. Something is digging to me. I don't know what they will do when they get here. The sound is getting closer and closer. Every night a little bit louder, more fervent scratching. Sometimes I think it's inside my head and something is digging into my brain. I've plugged my ears with torn cotton from my blanket so that no more of them can get in, and they will starve in my head for what they've done to me. I'm done. I'm waiting for it all to end. They can't dig faster than death will take me. I'll make sure of it. I'll put up barriers and brace my bed against the wall. I keep seeing his face. I keep smelling that god-awful smell. I'm still there in that basement. What did I think of Dan? Man, I was glad to see that guy go. What did you say? It was a few months ago? It's felt like days. So much less stress without him around. We were always walking on eggshells. Guy would have a psychotic break on a whim. Wrong breakfast, someone rings a bell, he's gone. You said Christmas? How was he at Christmas? I'll never forget. A couple months ago, well, late last year, a lot of us were in the front room. You know, TV is always on, sometimes there's a debate around the remote. Normal stuff, except it's the end of November. Halloween is well and truly over, and you know how after that they jump to Christmas as soon as they can. PBS was on. They were doing a special. I can't remember what it was. But after that, they put on that. You know, that old animated snowman movie? Like early 80s, I think. A classic. Ah, I'm walking in the air. That's the one. That's the one. I noticed him in the corner. He's looking all weird. He gets like that sometimes. We all leave him alone, you know? But his leg is going up and down. He's staring at the TV. Then he's looking around. I got a little scared, but nothing had happened yet. Some of us were singing along to the songs we know. Get a little Christmas cheer going. It's grim here, especially around Christmas. Not everyone has visitors. It's a dark season, so we like to get a little lively. Dan, though, he got this dark look on his face. As soon as Santa came on the screen, something in him snapped. He got up out of his chair. I had heard rumors, you know, all hearsay, about what may or may not have happened to him. I don't like to dwell in rumors, but if one bit of it's true... Man, that'd fuck me up too. That'd fuck anyone up. Stay on target, you said? Right. Well, I'll be specific. Jason was looking at him. He stood up. He had that look on his face, the one I just said. He doesn't yell, but there's a sinister element to his voice. He says or grumbles or growls whatever. Give me the remote. I think Emily had it. You know, Emily. She's got the tics and the learning disability. She's a sweetheart, but she's glowing when Santa came on. She's like a kid, at heart. She doesn't listen. He repeats it. Give me the remote. I notice he spots it in Emily's hands. Before anybody could move, well... He lunges and strikes her in the face. We're all in shock. It's not a violent ward. There's rarely any scuffles, but especially not with people like Emily. He smashes her in the face a couple times, and a couple of us guys who were there, I think me, Jordan, Connor, we get up and try to get Dan off her. He's determined, but with a few strikes of her own, he loses his grip and starts thrashing. The orderlies get involved now. They get security in quick. We let go of him, and he gets tased immediately. It doesn't stop him right away. He stumbles over to the TV and kicks in the screen with his foot. The screen glass punctures his foot, and now he's bleeding everywhere. Security doesn't know what to do. The area's cleared, so they take out the batons. They start beating him. That was the last time I saw Dan. We all went back to our rooms. We heard him screaming. "Merry Christmas," he screamed. I never saw him again. Last I heard, he went into the violent offenders ward and didn't come out for a long, long time. The latest update on the crazy Santa case is another kidnapping has occurred this afternoon. Stacy Berry, 10 years old, who was playing with other kids in her neighborhood at 4 o'clock today, was the victim. This marks the 7th kidnapping in the last 2 weeks. Parents across the city are panicking. Many are keeping their kids indoors and not sending them to school. Others are forming neighborhood watch schemes and installing cameras wherever they can. A lot of people are doing their part to keep themselves and their children safe. But what are the police doing? How can a costumed lunatic abduct 7 children, some in broad daylight, and get away with it? Many are rightfully outraged. In the age of technological surveillance, the perpetrator has managed to remain at large for over 2 weeks. Who knows if these kids are even alive? Who knows what's happening with them? The police need to act faster. They need to have better response times. They need to find this guy before another parent loses their child. Why did we give up our right to privacy in the digital age if people like this can't even be caught? The police have access to our phones, our computers, our CCTV cameras. What's stopping them from tracking this guy's phone and getting the kids? The answer, ladies and gentlemen, is simple. It's typical incompetence. We see it at every level of our government, and this radio broadcaster wants to see it change. God be with those kids. God be with those parents. And God be with you, listener. Good night. I miss my mom. Santa, the real Santa, if you get this, please pick me up and bring me home. I was looking forward to Christmas, but I don't know why I'm here. We're all hungry. Santa, it's cold. I think we're in the North Pole. I don't know. I made friends with Alan. This Santa smells. He's old. I don't think he's the real one. I hope my dog is okay. Stacy gave me some of her food. I was very hungry. My stomach hurt. She is very nice. She's like a big sister. We're playing games when we're left in the dark. It's hard to sleep. Santa said he's saving us from our parents. I don't believe him. I want to go home. I want to see my parents and go to school. The blankets got wet in the night. There's a leak in the ceiling. Mandy put the toilet bucket there, but it's nearly full. Santa put on a show and juggled for us, but I started crying because I want to go home. Santa was not happy and didn't give us dinner. Santa gave us a TV and put on Christmas movies and told us how evil our parents were. I think he's a bad man. He's obviously not the real Santa. We're watching more movies tonight. I don't know how long I was in the dark. I was isolated from everything. I kept seeing his face in the darkness and hearing him. They brought meds and food once a day. They opened a shutter on the door, put it through, and closed it. That was the only light I saw. I refused to take my meds for the first week. Then the guard came in and beat me. He told me if I didn't take them, they'd stop feeding me. I started taking the meds. I felt fuzzy. I didn't feel right. I got constipated. The guard said that was normal. After a while, I got transferred. That was 2 years ago now. I was the only one in there for another year. It took a while to get used to the light. My eyes had trouble adjusting after so long in the darkness. I didn't improve. I kept seeing him when the lights went off at night. I kept hearing his voice in my dreams, and even when I was awake, I'm still in that basement. I can't get out, but I got out of that facility. They were just like him. They beat me, forced me to eat, forced me to take medication. I didn't want any of it. They shouldn't be allowed to take my freedom away like that. They were just like him. There's no difference. I didn't ask to be in there. That's why I escaped. I know I hurt people on the way out. I know that. But there was no other way for me to be free. I couldn't be in that place anymore. I couldn't be in the dark. I couldn't. I was dying in there. I couldn't be in the dark. I sleep on the cement floor of a random empty unit I found. I use newspaper for blankets. I eat canned food that I find or steal. But it's better out here. I'm in control. I don't see him nearly as often anymore. I'm better. Much better. It's not easy, but I'm not there anymore. That's all that matters. I am the creator of my own destiny, and I will make something of myself. I'm still in the basement. Merry Christmas. I'm still in the basement. Merry Christmas. I'm still in the basement. I'm still in the basement. Get me out. Help me. I'm hurt. I'm afraid. I'm alone. Merry Christmas. I hear it in his voice. I feel it with the whip. I'm still in the basement. still there. Get me out. I can't stand it here. Merry Christmas. It's the holiday season. It's Santa. I'm becoming him, and I don't know how to stop it. He's in my head. He's in my head. He's in my head, and I can't get him out. I'm still in the basement. He's part of me. That's how he gets through. He gets through to me when I'm in there, and I can't get out. I'm still in the basement. Merry Christmas. I can't get out. Help me, please. I'm begging you. Get him out of my head. I'm still in the basement, and I need help. Please, get me out. Please get me out of here. I can't see anything in the dark. All I can hear is Merry Christmas. And I can't leave. And I'm hurt. And I'm so alone. I'm still in the basement. We were finally able to locate the suspect's premises after tirelessly searching from clues the victims gave us. Thankfully, none of the children were harmed, but they were in such a panicked state that they didn't remember the building very well. They were kept in the dark for a lot of it, and they were let free, it seems, at night. We entered the premises, weapons drawn. No lights were on. The building was empty save for shitty broken down furniture. There was a smell we couldn't locate, something foul. It didn't lead us to the source, but it led us to a trap door. A metal ladder with rusty rungs lay past the opening. We called for a SWAT team. We didn't have any resources to deal with what may be down there. I went at the back of them. They dropped a flashbang and flew down the ladder after it went off. They're cowboys, all right. They get it done. But it turns out we didn't need them. Everyone was gagging at the smell. We found the room the kids were kept in. It was covered in urine, feces, a few buckets full, and some on the floor and walls. There were letters strewn among them in children's handwriting. A TV lay in one corner of the main room, but on the opposite end a heavy-set locked door. Thankfully, the SWAT team had their breach gear in the van outside, and a few of them went to fetch it. I waited at the back of the room, but I think we all knew what was behind it. As they brought the angle grinder to the door, I wonder what it takes for someone to do this. In all the years I've been with the FBI, I could have never anticipated a case like this. I've presided over cases with serial killers, rapists, pedophiles, the worst of the worst. But the children were released, physically unharmed except for malnutrition, just scarred for life. Then the door opened. Some of us gagged and vomited, and I barely held it together. The body in the Santa costume was in the middling stages of decomposition. He was surrounded by pages and pages of writings. I didn't get a glimpse until they entered evidence. I let the forensics team do its job, and I went home to wait for the all clear. I have no idea what makes a man do these things and lock himself away to die slowly. I don't think I'll ever know.